Okay, in a little bit I'm going to be opening up the new Spider-Man Collector Core Marvel box here, but I figured since I haven't done any box openings, I'll at least go back and review some of the other ones. Going in order of their release, I'll start with Avengers Age of Ultron. As you see, it came with 4 different shirts, all one of the main heroes versus Ultron, minus Black Widow and Hawkeye. I originally got the Thor shirt, and I ended up selling that to a friend and buying the Hulk shirt off Amazon. But I think they're all pretty awesome. You got the Ultron Dorbs, you got the Ultron patch, and the Captain America pin. You got the nice box there. You got the Hulk Buster pop. I believe that was a bobblehead. It was actually very nice. And the comic. What I liked about the box, you got to see the Avengers there. You got Captain America on the cover. But on the inside, it was all like comic form. And I thought that was really neat. So yeah, that's that. Onto the Ant-Man box. And here, I think this box was a lot simpler. I don't remember being too impressed with this box, but at the same time, I didn't really know a lot about Ant-Man. You start with 2 out of 4 of the mystery minis. I ended up getting the 2 in the middle there, the Scott Lang without helmet and the yellow jacket. You had the Ant-Man bobbleheads. I think at least they're both bobbleheads. Skype randomly opening. But you got the big average size pop, and then you got the very tiny mini smallest bobblehead in the world there. Mine didn't bobble at all. You got the shirt, which I thought was funny. You got the little tiny Ant-Man on it in the comic. The biggest problem I had with this box was the patch and pen were exactly the same. That kind of really brought it down for me there. But, you win some, you lose some. Next box, Secret Wars. This box was actually really neat. But it seems like you got a little bit less, or maybe it's just because you got 2 pops. I don't know. But you got the female Thor and the Miles Spider-Man. Miles, I don't know his name. I'm not too big into Secret Wars. I don't know a lot about that myself. You also got the, I believe, what is Captain America Falcon and some sort of Iron Man. I see it's a different armor or whatever. I don't know if that's the actual, if that's like main Iron Man or if it's somebody else or whatever. And you got the shirt and the comic. Now here is where I started having problems, was when they were putting the pops on the shirt. I think that shirt looks pretty awesome, but I think it would have looked much better with the actual characters on it, like on the first shirt. The Ant-Man one was fine with a small little pop on it, but you couldn't really see them either way. And the comics, well, I don't open them, but again, I don't like the pops on the actual comic things. But then again, I know it's a pop box, so yeah. Next we have October, which was the villains. Probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. We'll see as we go along. I can't remember everything as I'm going along, just doing this pick by pick. Villains I was really excited about. I absolutely love the shirt. Like I said, it's not pop, and it's all very nice design. I like villains. If you don't have good villains, you don't have a good hero. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the case. But you have the Green Goblin pin and the Red Skull patch. I think 2 were the biggest villains. The main pops, you could either get one of 2 Morbiuses. I got the one on the left, the more of a plain Morbius, and then I ended up ordering the other Morbius off Amazon again because I wanted both. Got the Venom keychain. I think he's awesome. I love Venom. The Loki Dorbs there, and the Invincible Iron Man comic in the back there. So yeah, this was a great box. Definitely one of the best. I think this year for October they're actually doing Doctor Strange, so won't have a Villains 2, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know anything about Doctor Strange, honestly. On December we had Guardians of the Galaxy. This was pretty neat. Very, holiday theme, I suppose. You have the 2 ornaments, the Rocket and Groot. They're alright. He had a scarf this time instead of a shirt, which I thought was a really neat touch, but I myself don't wear scarves, so it was a little wasted on me. You got the Star-Lord mug, that's really nice, and you got, again, Groot and Rocket on the patch and pin. My problem with that was they could have added the other two somewheres. I know everybody loves Rocket, everybody loves Groot, but you could have had the whole team in there. I guess they're probably on the scarf, but yeah. So, it's not a bad box. Not my favorite, though. And February was the last box of the first year, and then we had Deadpool. Again, you had one of 4 shirts you could have gotten. I believe I got the gray and black Deadpool. A friend of mine got the yellow and blue one. It's funny, I didn't even realize there were different shirts at first because I seen him wear his all the time, and then I looked at mine. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the same. You had the cowboy Deadpool Dorbs. You had the jumping in the air Deadpool Pop. The black and red Mopies. And the pin and patch, which obviously they're both Deadpool. It's a Deadpool box, but they are still different. So that was nice. It wasn't like Ant-Man. It wasn't the same exact thing. And then you got the comic in the back. So the first one, the second year was, of course, Captain America Civil War. Again, shirts of pop form. That really brings it down for me. I just feel like some of these designs would be a lot better with actual character designs. Patch and pin, you got the guy at the beginning, whatever, I didn't know his name, but he had his patch. You had the Black Panther pin, those are nice. You had the Iron Man Captain America pop set, like an action set, that was very nice. Then you had the Iron Man Dorbs here, which I felt was a little redundant. It's Captain America box and you got 2 Iron Man things. Could have thrown Spider-Man in there, definitely. But I suppose there's a lot of Spider-Man pops already, plus this box came out. And then, of course, the comic in the back, and you got a lanyard that it's like, oh, you can put all your pins on here. I don't put all my pins on there. I keep everything in the box. After that, Women of Power, which I thought it was funny that the Spider-Gwen's on the box, and then we get Spider-Man in the next box. But I was very happy about this box. The shirt was very, very awesome. Again, I'm terrible with a lot of heroes, but I love comics and all that. I just don't have time or money for a lot of them. My favorite part of this box was the Squirrel Girl pop. Every time on Facebook they're like, "Oh, what pop should we make next? What Marvel pop should we make next?" I'm like, "Squirrel Girl, Squirrel Girl, Squirrel Girl," and they're like, "Bam, here you go." I was like, "Oh, they did it." Huh. It looks like you got Miss Marvel. Is that her name? Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. They're both pretty awesome. Squirrel Girl comes with a little squirrel. Got Civil War Part 2 comic back here. Spider-Woman pin, and I'm not quite sure who that patch is, in all honesty. Not going to lie. But that catches us up. Other than the Year 1 box, I did order it, and then they obviously opened it way sooner than they sent it out. And I was not happy with anything in it besides probably the Hobgoblin. I commented on their video, and someone's like, "Oh, well, how about you sell it to me? Mail it to me, I'll buy it." And that actually went well. She was really awesome. I got the money, sent it to her. She wanted it for her husband. I'm like, yeah, okay. If somebody can be happy about it, that's great. Like I said, I didn't like it. I guess that doesn't make it a terrible box. I just don't think it was worth what I paid. So I was like, sell it. I'm good. But that came with a big golden Captain America Hikari, the Hobgoblin Funko Pop, a Groot hat. The main problem with I thought with the Groot hat was they could have at least given a winter hat to match the winter scarf they gave out. I thought that was like a really obvious choice there. I think there was a She-Hulk Dorb and another Dorb. I think there were 2 Dorbs in the box. And the patch and pin just said Marvel Collector Core Year 1. And it was all really boring. I wasn't satisfied with that at all. But like I said, I sold it, so it's no harm, no foul. I guess the guy who got it was really happy with it, so that's terrific for him. Very happy that someone was happy. Now I'll get on to the opening of the Spider-Man box. Alright, so here I am, actually, as opposed to just whatever. Here we got the Spider-Man box. It's actually pretty big. I'm excited for that. I'm a pretty big Spider-Man fan, so we're going to see what this is. I'm going to split this open. And let's open this up. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty neat. Start off, we got the patch and pin. Very nice. This actual symbol on the pin as opposed to a face, which I'm fine with. Got his face there. It's very nice. The box, very awesome. Let's see what we have. Okay. What's this? Stone spot. Alright, that's the card. I'll show that in a second. Well, at the end of it. Alright, so start off with the comic, I guess. Just basic pop on the wall. As I said, not really caring for pops. Sorry about the glare. I like pops. I don't like pops on comics, more specifically. Okay, basically what was on the comic, same thing, wall Spider-Man. This is actually a really nice pop. This is actually bobblehead. Another thing I don't care for is bobbleheads, but it doesn't look bad. And if I ever want to sell it, I'm sure there's plenty of buyers. But usually I keep most of this stuff. I don't know, I just think the regular pops look better than the bobbleheads. Next, we actually have a hat as opposed to a shirt again. I guess lots of people are complaining about shirts. Like, oh, I got too many shirts, give us hats, and now we're gonna get thousands of these. I wear more of a beanie or whatever you call them type hat than this type of hat. But again, I'm sure there's somebody who will be more than willing to buy it at some point whenever I actually decide to sell it. The problem with Marvel collector cords is I'm a collector and I want to keep everything. And the final thing, which is why this box is so big, is a Fabrications Spider-Man. It's pretty nice. The only one I actually have is Harley, but very soft, very nice. Number 32, whatever. I don't know how these are numbered. I don't know how the pops are numbered. There's always different sets, different numbers. But that's the entire box. Let's see about this card. Okay, let's see if we can get that up here. As I need to learn how to YouTube. As you see, it doesn't really look like they farted around a lot with the designs. You know, sometimes they're like, oh, this is how it could have looked, but this is basically straightforward. Is got a little thing about Stanley. Stanley came to Funko headquarters in Everett, Washington in early 2015 to talk Spider-Man. We collaborate with Stan the man himself on this idea. So, you know, with Spider-Man, Stan's gotta be in on it, of course. Very bad with webcams because I need a new one, first of all, because it's terrible quality, but as you see, all straightforward. No, oh, we had different designs here or there. Overall, I guess I'm a little disappointed. I'm very, like, I really like Spider-Man. And with there not being a villains this month, they could have thrown a villain in there. They didn't have to be all Spider-Man. I don't think they have any, like, Rhino pops or any Vulture pops that I've seen. Could have done one of his lesser known villains for, you know, it didn't have to be Venom or Green Goblin or any of that, but I guess it's alright. Again, I think so far my least favorite other than the year 1 box, was probably the Ant-Man one. But I guess it's bug-themed heroes don't have good boxes apparently. But yep, that's it. That's the Spider-Man box. Very small, very simple. Yeah, didn't miss nothing. Alright, so see you in 2 months for the Doctor Strange box.